So this is my summary of my reaction to the book, Feel to Heal, Releasing Trauma Through Body Awareness and Breathwork Practice by Giten Tonkov, who is the creator of the Biodynamic Breathwork and Trauma Release System, BBTRS, which is another CCB-oriented breathing practice. I would say that even though we have a great curriculum with breathing space, that this book is, I would recommend it. And because there's just a lot of adjunctive information that I think is good. And there are some differences. I think that, there's a lot of attention to just how the body stores trauma, and a little bit more kind of like more and juicy information on where trauma is stored in our bodies and how our brains are affected and our nervous systems. And I think that, actually one thing that he didn't mention in terms of like other healing modalities were psychedelics and internal family systems. And I thought that was odd. But he does look at other ways that we can heal from trauma. And the trauma stuff in this book is quite good. The foundations of the BBTRS are also based on breath, sound, movement, touch, emotions, meditation, which I guess all of our work is, but they really kind of segment that a little bit. And I've also experienced their training and their online breeze, and they do sort of break it up a little bit different, where they're sort of like segmenting those things, versus I think in breathing space, it's kind of all together. The other piece that's different is the inclusion of the 7 belts of tension, which are loosely based on our chakras. It's based on the work of Wilhelm Reich, he was a disciple of Freud, and he kind of left Freud behind and developed this idea of the ocular, oral, cervical, thoracic, diaphragmatic, abdominal, and pelvic regions in our body, and how we armor around those regions and how we store tension and trauma. And this is an area where it definitely, BBTRS gets like very specific. And if you do a breathe with them and you focus on that certain belt of tension, it is different, I would say, from my experience from other breathes. And it's really actually quite beautiful. Because we did one on the eyes, and we were moving the eyes quickly back and forth, and we were initiating like a trauma response. And then we started like running like a movement with it, like a gross motor movement with it. And you can sort of reactivate that sense of fight or flight that was not able to be released. And that's it. I'll probably take another training with them, because I do think that kind of stuff it's a little bit different, but it's really good. The other two is that they really highlight resourcing and titration in a way that I don't think that alchemy and breathing space does as much. And I do have to say, I think that they give, and those two things I think are important, really important if you're dealing with heavily traumatized people. And again, that's, Peter Levine's work, but I think Giten was pretty influenced by that. And the last piece I'd say is that the felt sense, it's a big part of our work too. Just having breathed with Giten before, I mean, he's a master at the felt sense, I would have to say. And his work is important and different, and I would definitely recommend the book. Thanks for listening.